Hey friends, Kevin here, coming at you from a beautiful little park in Ohio. And I was thinking about oddball things that I carry and that you would need to carry. These are things I did not think about in the beginning, but things that I learned along the way. These are also really inexpensive things. Things that only cost a buck or two, but you are going to need for reasons you probably haven't thought about yet. So let's get to it. Number one, you need some light bulbs. Don't have to be blue, be whatever color you want, but blue or green or something like that is kind of nice. This may seem odd that you need a regular socketed light bulb. Let me tell you why. You're going to end up somewhere camping that is going to have a shelter. Some of the best places I have found and least expensive places I have found have had a shelter, and there are places with full hookups and there are places with electricity, and it's great. And in that shelter will be a socket. What won't be there is a light bulb. And it's really nice to be able to sit outside at night, have friends over, whatever it is that you're doing. And it's one of those situations you don't want to be there and then go, oh man, I wish I had a light bulb. It doesn't take up very much space, and find some way to wrap it in something so it doesn't break and you have it when you need it. Number two and number three are things you can pick up at the Dollar Tree, at the Everything's a Dollar store most of the time. Any of those types of places where they have a lot of generic money-saving stuff. So number two is a triple antibiotic ointment. Because trust me, you are going to cut yourself, fall down, trip over something, stick yourself with something. Accidents are going to happen, and in my case, I have actually managed to bust my pretty little head open a couple of times in these last 4 or 5 years to where I needed this. Number three, knock on wood, I haven't had to use yet, is some type of Oragel type stuff. Because you don't want to be in the middle of nowhere, 30 miles from some town that may not even have anything more than a convenience store, and run into a toothache, tooth problem, gum problem, whatever it is that could happen. Now, luckily, I've not had to use this on the road for anything, but I have run into other people that I've camped with, met, that are out in the middle of nowhere, and something flares up, and I have given a few of these away. So for something that cost about a buck for a generic one, it's something you need to have with you. Number four, I have talked about in other videos, which is this little device. Now, this is hard to find sometimes, so I will link this down below. This is a little water adapter for when you run into some type of little pump system, some type of little water system, and you need water. If you're just trying to fill a jug or two, that's fine. But if you have an RV, something like my bigger van with tanks, a lot of these do not have, that you will run into, do not have a place to screw a hose on to get from one place to another. That's where this makes it simple. Because where I am now, and generally this is a problem I run into in the west, but right now I'm on the east coast, and it has been unbelievably hot, which means I am going through more water than normal, just taking showers, rinsing off, that sort of thing. And while I'm in a nice little city park type area today, I don't have like a state park. I think the closest one is like 35 miles away from me. So to be able, counting on going to state parks and things, to be able to refill those tanks, that isn't working. It's not even on the path that I'm on right now. So this little thing I can take, throw on any device with water, screw a hose onto it, and be able to get some water back in my water tanks so I can continue taking showers and smelling pretty. But these are four little oddball things that I have found incredibly useful on the road. Things I didn't start out with because no one told me that I would need them, but I figured out along the way. So hopefully this will help you out on your own adventures, and we'll talk soon.